In this video, we'll be discussing to you guys about the tropics, as as the brand new tropical storm Bret just recently forecast developed, which is an historic tropical storm in the Atlantic region. Then we'll talk about the next wave that could also impact the tropics, as well as the tropics is becoming active once again, a parade of storms. Welcome everybody, my name is Shibunan, and in today's video we'll be discussing about the tropics. As you can see here, we're at the National Hurricane Center. We're monitoring Tropical Storm Bret, which just formed today. It is 40 miles per hour, and it's moving at west at 21 miles per hour. This is an historic storm because it's the farthest east a tropical storm has ever developed in the month of June in the main developed region. There are a 40% chance for another tropical wave that could develop. I think it will develop as it makes its way to the east. We'll discuss about these storms right now. So, we'll be first discussing to you guys about Tropical Storm Bret. Alright, everybody, so here's the latest trends using tropical tidbits right now. This is what the forecast direction of Tropical Storm Bret will go. As you can see here, it's going to be moving its way to the west and slightly northwest, but as you can see, there's some models that hinting that it could be more of a northeasterly track. We will have to see, and those are the more stronger models, as you can see right here. But the most common one is taking it towards Puerto Rico, and it might curve its way to the north and to the east as a cold front could pick it up eventually later. Here is another one with different models. As you can see here, if you compare this to this, the strongest model right here that is showing potentially a major hurricane is the HWAF right here. The stronger models are the ones that are forecasting it to be more of a stronger storm, and it'll move its way to the north and to the east kind of rapidly. But the weaker ones are taking its way to the west, as you can see right here. Here is the model intensity guidance for Tropical Storm Bret. As you can see, majority of them are showing you guys a Category 1, a strong tropical storm. But there are some outliers that could potentially be a major hurricane. It all depends. We have record sea surface temperature right now, very warm. Right now, we have relatively weak shear, but eventually getting to more stronger shears, and we'll have to see how it continues. But right now, it's forecast to be majority of it as a Category 1 and a strong tropical storm. So let's take a look at some models. We're here at the GFS here using the tropical tidbits forecast. Show you guys what the GFS Canadian and icon shows, and then we'll show you guys one more high resolution model at the end of this episode. Keep an eye right here. We have a strong high pressure system that is right here at 1027. What we need to know is the stronger the storm is, the more it's going to tap into this high pressure, and the high pressure is going to move its way to the north and to the east, and could make its way all the way as a fish storm. So let's take a look at the GFS real quickly. As you can see, GFS is also hinting at a 999, potentially a 996 millibar, which will be a Category 1 strong tropical storm as it makes its way to the east, eventually making its way towards the Leeward Islands around this time. If we take a look one more time, I want to show you guys one more thing before. I will show you guys after this, but you can see a strong tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane as it makes its way to the Leeward Islands, and then it's going to weaken, but still as it makes its way to the north and east and near Puerto Rico before it might weaken and tries to redevelop. But the problem is, if I show you guys right here, that there might be a cold front, as you can see right here, that might pick up the storm and move its way to the north and east away from the United States. That's what is forecast to occur. As you can see, the storm will get this cold front might occur and then make its way north and east without making any impact in the United States. But we have to wait and see what other models are hinting. So let's go take a look at another model real quickly, the Tropical Atlantic. And we'll take a look at the Canadian model. Let's see what the Canadian model has to do. Alright, this is what the Canadian model, as you can see, it's a little difficult to see. I'm going to zoom in right here. It is 1010, but as it makes its way to the north and to the east, it is still 1010. And then this will be just a tropical storm, maybe a tropical depression, finding a little bit of wind chill, and then eventually it might dissipate. But this one, if you keep monitoring the situation, second wave right here is making its way as another tropical storm, maybe as a depression, and if you keep an eye on that storm, as it makes its way to the West Atlantic. It's right here. It might just continue to make its way to the east and then maybe make landfall in Mexico. But we don't know how to see. What usually happens with these storms is it trends west, and then it first trends north and east, and then it'll make the trends are usually shifted to the south. But we have to keep an eye on that situation right there. And then we'll take a look at the icon model once again. One more model, and let's see what the icon says right now. Here's the icon model, 1012 millibar. These are the 12Z, so these things might be a little bit weaker. This is actually an 18Z. So let's take a look. It shows it just completely dissipates, fighting a lot of shear, maybe as a weak tropical storm, maybe as a hurricane, and then it just dissipates here, and the second wave comes in as a tropical storm, but it will make its way to the north and to the east. So if we take a look right now, if we take a look at what the National Hurricane Center has it has it as pretty aggressive in my opinion. It says it's going to be a hurricane by Thursday, which some of the models hinting at it, but I think it might be a tropical storm. There will be a lot of wind shear going on, and it makes its way as hurricane and weakens as it heads towards Puerto Rico as a tropical storm. That's what the National Hurricane says for this wave system currently right now, and that's what it is as it is newly formed tropical storm Bret. This is how it looks currently right now. It's kind of unorganized because it's fighting through a little bit of shear, which has been going through all day. I think the shear will might win because we're in the El Nino, which typically has a lot of shear. So let's end the episode here with a high resolution reflectivity model. This is one of the most aggressive models. We'll keep a look at. Just letting you guys know. This is the HWAF model. The 12Z, let's see what it takes as it continues to move its way to the east. And it's trying to load. Here we go. As you can see here, this is going to be for tomorrow morning. It is for